My name is Hadi Farhangi on Basics of Statistics, Visualization of Variables. Topics of this video: Introduction, Line Chart, Bar Chart, Pie Chart, Box Chart, Scatter Chart, and Multiple Variables. First topic, Introduction. A statistical variable is a variable that takes different values non-deterministically. Data is multiple observation of one or several variables. Here's the example of data. This table shows an example of data. There are 5 observations and 2 variables. Variables are midterm and final. Every observation is related to a student, in which the midterm and final grade of each student is recorded in a. One can show the variable midterm of the data on a horizontal line, as we can see here. Observation 1 is the first red dot, which is between 70 and 80, particularly 76. Observation 2 is 80, the third dot, and every value can be found in this horizontal line. Ways of visualization: 1. Line chart, 2. Bar chart, 3. Pie chart, 4. Bar chart, 5. Scatter chart, so on. Words, charts, plots, figures, diagram are used interchangeably to refer to visualization of the data. Next topic, line chart. Here we have the data of 5 students. Their midterm and final is recorded. For the variable midterm, it is seen previously that you can show it in a horizontal line. You can also show it vertically with the same principle. In general, if in the horizontal line we put observations, and for every observation we vertically go up according to its value, we end up with a bunch of dots. Every dot represents the value of variable for that particular observation. If you connect them, you get a line chart. Here's the example. Draw a line chart for the variables Tuesday and Wednesday of the data presented in the table. Here's the table, 5 observations, 3 variables. For the variable Tuesday, values are 40, then it goes up to 42, goes down to 41, 42, and then goes up to 42 again. For the variable Wednesday, it is 25, it goes to 15, then goes up to 16, up again to 20, and then goes down to 10. And the line shows how the variables are changing. Next topic, bar chart. The process of creating a bar chart is similar to a line chart. The difference is that instead of connecting points, one presents each point by a vertical bar. Here's the example we had before, bunch of data points that we created in the line chart. And if we present every point by a bar, we end up with a bar chart. Here is an example. Draw a bar chart for the variable profit in the table. Here's a table. 3 networks and their profits are shown. And if in the vertical line we put the profit and horizontal line observation, then every bar shows the value of each variable. Next topic, pie chart. A pie chart assigns a pie slice to each value of a variable. The larger the value, the bigger the slice. The size of each slice is calculated as follows. Size of a slice I is xi over divided by the summation of all values. Here's the example. Draw a pie chart for the variable profit in the table. Here's the table of networks and their profits. And to answer, one first has to calculate the size of each slice. Given that the summation of the variable values is 1.8 plus 0.7 plus 0.53, the size of a slices would be as follows. The size of a slice Fox is 1.8 divided by 3, or 60%. CNN 0.7 divided by 3 or 0.23 or 23%. The size of MSNBC is 0.5 divided by 3 or 17%. And this pie chart shows that 60% is now more than 50%. 60% belongs to Fox, 23% CNN, and 17% MSNBC. Next topic, box chart. This chart consists of a box and whiskers. The whiskers are based on the minimum and maximum of a variable. The box is based on the first and the third quartiles, Q1, Q3. Sometimes there is a line in the box that shows the median. Here's the box plot. The first whisker is from minimum to Q1, then there's a box from Q1 to Q3, then another whisker from Q3 to the maximum, and the median with a line in the box. It is pointed out. Here's the example. Consider the data related to the number of customers entering a shop for several days. Draw a box chart for this data. Here's the data. 11 days, number of customers. Answer. There are 11 observations of the variable number of customers. This means n is equal to 11. Now the variable values should be sorted, and then the mean, max, and median Q1 and Q2 should be calculated. The sorted values are 190, 210, all the way up to 350. The minimum of variable is 190, which means mean is equal to 190. The maximum is 350, which means max equal to 350. The median of variable is 219, 5 observation in each side of this median. Q1 is the value that 25% of observations are below it. It means Q1 is 0.25 times n, which is 275. Rounding up, it is third place. Q1 is 250 in the data. Q3, 75% of observations are below it, which is 8.75. Rounding up, 9th place, which means Q3, 340. And here's the box plot. From the minimum to Q1, there's a whisker from Q1 to Q3, 250 to 340, there's a box, and from 340 to 360, there's another whisker. The median is 290, which is shown with a line. Next topic, a scatter chart. Charts in previous sections are constructed for values of a single variable. We have observation versus variable. A scatter charts, however, draw two or more variables against each other. We have variable versus variable. First axis displays the values of one variable, and the second axis displays the values of another variable. Every point in the chart corresponds to the values of both variables for a particular observation. A scatter chart is usually used to investigate the relation between pairs of variables. Example, consider the data in the table. Draw a scatter diagram for this data. The answer. Here, there are two variables and two observations. Observation 1 shows value 5 for variable 1 and value 20 for variable 2. Observation 2 shows 10 for variable 1 and 30 for variable 2. And here we have the scatter diagram. First observation, variable 1 is 5, variable 2 is 20. That is the first point in the scatter diagram. And second row is 10 and 30, and it shows in the diagram as well. Here's another example. Draw a scatter chart for the variable injury versus migraine in the following data. Note that the data is related to the 5 hospitals admitting patients in April of 2023. Here's the data. Pause the video and see the result. Answer. For every observation, every row one has to find the values of each variables in its corresponding axis. The result will be the following scatter chart. Here it is. The first observation, migraine is 5, injury is 50. The first point on the left corresponds to that. The second observation is 10 and 100. 10 of migraine and 100, and this is the second point, and all 5 points can be found, and the scatter diagram will be created like this. Next topic, multiple values on vertical axis. In line, bar, or pie charts, observations of a single variable are drawn. Particularly, the horizontal axis has the label of observations, and the vertical axis has the values of a single variable. One may include multiple variables in the vertical axis that are distinguished by color or shape. Here's the example. Draw a line chart for the variables Monday and Tuesday of the data presented in the table. Here's the table. We have three variables, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm asking about Monday and Tuesday. Here I use different color for Tuesday and Mondays. Tuesdays are in red, Mondays are in green. And as you can see them side by side, how they are changing. For the bar chart, the same thing. We draw bars for them and you can see them side by side. Tuesday in red, Monday in green. And as you can see, this bar chart shows that the Tuesday is much larger values except for the observation 4.